Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the new Aliens ArtFX Plus Warrior Drone from Kotobukiya. That's right, the Alien franchise has joined Kotobukiya's ArtFX Plus 1/10 scale statue lineup, and we're kicking things off with an alien Xenomorph from the sequel. So let's go ahead and take a look, and we'll start with the box there. As you can see, it comes in a fully enclosed box with a really great spooky image of the Xenomorph alien warrior drone right there on the front. As you rotate that around to the back side of the box, we get a description as well as some shots of the included piece within. So as we remove this guy from the packaging, there is going to be some assembly required with both the statue and the display base. But we're going to go ahead and start by putting the little statue itself together. Now, we do have an included sheet of instructions that'll help guide you through the process, but really all we're doing is assembling the head and the little tendrils coming off of his back. And it's all on ball joints, so it's actually pretty self-explanatory. So let's see if we can't get that put together. I'm going to go ahead and start by assembling the little tendrils on his back here. See if we can pop those onto the ball joints. It does appear that they are very, very tight ball joints, and they're kind of rolling all around there. So definitely want to really apply some pressure to get those popped into place. Alright, so there we go. We got those all popped onto place there. So it does take a little bit of effort to get those all perfectly secured onto the ball joints there. But it's really nice once you got them on, because they're on those ball joints, which allows you to fully twist them, move them around, roll them around, so they can totally be articulated and posed around in any which way that you want them to. So very, very nice there. And so that's going to bring us to the head, which, as you can see, has a nice little ball joint in the neck there. So we should be able just to pop that right into socket, again, by applying a little bit of pressure. It's going to take just a little bit of work to get that in there. It's a little awkward just holding on to them to get it popped in there. But there we go. We got it nice and locked in. And, of course, that allows us to kind of move the head around as well. You can see it kind of slightly moves up and down, side to side there. Oh, and then we got a nice articulated jaw on there as well, which is really, really nice. You can see kind of like the inner jaw on the inside of the mouth there too. So really, really great look. And that right there completes the overall look of our Xenomorph, our alien drone. And he is incredible. So as you can see, he is a statue, but he has minimal articulation. So we already saw that neck joint. We saw those tendril joints. But you can see that we also have nice ball joints at the shoulders here. The shoulders can move up and down, but they also have the ability to move in and out, which is really, really nice. Now, of course, the legs are sculpted in place. So the legs will get in the way in just a little bit there. It's going to kind of get in the way of that left arm specifically because of the way it's posed. But it is really nice that we can kind of move those around. The tail has a nice bendy material going on there. And look at that. It is very flexible and does an amazing job of holding shape. I mean, it's very easy to form around. And look at that. I mean, that is a really, really good bendy material because of the way it's completely holding shape no matter how I twist it around. Look at that. That is really great. And it seems like it's very durable. It doesn't seem like it's going to snap or it's not too brittle or anything. That's a really, really great material there that is bending around at will. So very nice. And then you'll notice on the underside of both feet and the right hand, we do have little magnetic plates, which is going to come into play on our display base that we're going to take a look at closer once we get it all assembled. But look at the details on this thing. I just want to look at that real quick. It's an amazing sculpt. And Kotobukiya is well known for their very high quality sculpts and paint deco, so it's really nice to see all of that brought to the Alien franchise here. This thing looks incredible. Just all of the details worked in there. Looks just like they appeared in the film. Look at that. And the paint deco is so, so good. Because it's got that nice dark black, but it has a bit of a dry brushing on there that really brings out all of those details. It has a bit of a gloss, as you can see as well. You can kind of see that sleek shine going on there, which almost gives it a bit of a slimy look, which is very cool, very creepy, of course. Look at that dome on the head there, which is very nice. You got those wretched teeth. Opening up that jaw looks really, really cool. You can see just the way that the jaw is shaped, all the sculpted detail on there. So overall, just a really beautiful sculpt that has a fantastic paint job that really brings out all the detail. Just a horrific looking creature that perfectly captures exactly the way we would expect him to look from the film. So, it's an amazing little piece, but what's really going to bring it together is the awesome display base. Now, what's cool about this display base is it's completely customizable. You can see we've got a lot of pieces here. And if you're familiar at all with some of the other statues, such as the Batman Arkham Knight statues, the ArtFX Plus statues we saw from Kotobukiya, that's where they kind of introduced this modular base system. So what's really nice is you've got all of these little plastic pegs here. And then you've got all of these great little bases. You can see we've got, looks like 4, 5, 6 total here. And what's cool is we can assemble these together any way that we want to kind of create a great display base. And you can see we just have little peg holes all the way around on all the sides. So we can kind of attach all of these together and we can just make any kind of display base that we want to with it. So you got these nice corner pieces. You've got them with the pegs on the insides of the corners. You got them with the pegs on the outsides of the corners. We've got some flat pieces here. And then we've got 3 of these little magnet pieces. Now the way the magnet pieces work is you'll actually plug those in, like so, through the grating, and that brings our magnet through so that wherever we want to display him, you can see the magnets on his feet cling to it with a nice tight grip. And what's really cool about this is we can build these walls up, and then we can have the alien running on the ground, sideways on the walls, or even upside down on the ceiling, which is incredible. And to add even more to all that, we have this one really cool LED light piece, which also can be clipped right onto the bases. You can just use the pegs to plug it right in here. Then we can attach it to the base anywhere we want to. And we got a nice little switch on the back, which you can see has a really great blue glow so that we can kind of light up the hallway. So I'm going to go ahead and put this together in a certain shape, and then we'll take a look at how the display comes together. Alright, so this is just a simple base that I put together using the instructions that came with this. I basically just kind of have a nice little walkway here and a short little box that we can kind of play around with some of the magnet pieces in there to see how this figure displays. So the way I've kind of got it set up right now, I have attached the magnet pieces to the top up here. I also have the little light hanging from the ceiling in here. So essentially what you want to do is you want to line these magnets up on the base wherever you want the feet to be. It will take a little bit of playing around with it to figure it out. It definitely took me a little bit to kind of mess around to find the right places. But you can see that the base, those magnet bases, cling to the figure very nicely. It's a very strong hold. And just to give you an example, this is what our little warrior drone looks like hanging from the ceiling. It's really cool. You can see he's completely off the ground, so that shows you how strong the magnets actually are. And he looks fantastic. So we can pose him hanging from the ceiling there. You know, you can pose him with the mouth open, the mouth closed. It's very, very cool. If you want to add a cool dramatic effect to that, we do have that little light that I hooked up in there. So you can turn on the light. You just got to flip the switch there. And then you just want to plug it back up to the top of the ceiling. There's where I've got it. I mean, you can put it anywhere. If you want to hang it from the side of the walls, you can do that too. You know, basically anywhere you want to plug it, you can. So my studio light's here, obviously a little bright. I tried to take some shots of you guys in kind of a darker setting so you can see how it looks. It definitely brings a cool moody element to it. You got a nice bright LED blue glow that kind of reflects off of the alien there, especially when you have it kind of over his face. It looks really, really neat. So that's a great way to add a little bit of drama to the overall display. But it's really nice. You can get them clinging from the sides. The boxy little display that I set up makes it a little bit of a tight squeeze on the sides. He almost does kind of touch the ground, but you can see that it is doable. You can have him crawling on the sides of the walls, or you can just put him on the ground here. You know, I got him standing just kind of on the little runway that I made, or if you want to, you can even stand him on top. So it really just depends on where you wanted to put those magnets there to kind of hold him in place. If you're standing him on the ground, he doesn't technically need the magnets. You can see he stands just fine with the 3-point stance there. There's no problem at all. But the magnets will help secure them in place. But it's really cool to see just how well those magnets function. And you can come up with a really neat display base here. Now, like I said, I just built the simple one that the instructions show you how to build, but with all of the pieces that this comes with, I'm sure you guys can get really creative. And I know that there's people out there who are far better at coming up with creative stuff than I am with these builds. So you might be able to build a really, really cool, really intricate display base for your alien warrior to come on. And hey, if you even wanted to buy multiples of these, think about that. You could build even bigger bases and have multiple warrior drones just kind of running through the display. I think that would be really, really cool. So there you go, my friends. There's a look at the first entry in Kotobukiya's new Alien ArtFX Plus lineup. A really incredible statue that's just beautifully done. Great sculpt, great paint deco, and a really fun display base that's going to make this really stand out in your collection. I got to give a very special thanks to my friends at Kotobukiya for sending this along so we can get a good look at it and see how it works. For more information on Kotobukiya and their products, visit them online at kotous.com and give them a like on Facebook at facebook.com/Kotobukiya. Happy Alien Day, my friends! And hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, why not hit the like button and subscribe? Until next time!